One way you could do a comment is with the pound. You could say this is a comment. This is valid. Of course, comment is not with 3 M's, it's with 2 M's. You could also do a multi-line comment like this. You could also do that. That's completely valid. You can also do this, which is a triple single quote. You could also do triple double quotes. And of course, they're multi-line, right? Multi-line comments. And you could do that for not only this one, but you could do so in this one here as well. Now, as you can see, in Python, this is not Pythonic. PyCharm's telling you triple double quote string should be used for docstrings, right? So the triple double quotes are these. And that's what a docstring is. So these are all comments, but docstrings are this version, which should be triple double quotes. Again, the triple single quotes, they'll still work, but they're not Pythonic. They should be standardized, and the standard is a triple double quotes. Now, the more interesting piece of this is, when should you be using this docstring? And you really should be using docstrings at the top of every file, at the top of every class, within functions, within methods. And that's really what I want to show you for the rest of this video. So if we have some function, let's say jump high, and let's just return true, just to keep it simple. Well, in Python, when you have a function like this, or a method, and remember a method is a function that's attached to a class. If you haven't covered classes, make sure to look for the classes video, and they'll explain it to you a little bit more. But in this case, we want to do the docstring within the function. In other languages, we do it outside the function, and when we come to document the function, in this case, in Python, we want to document it right after the function definition. So in this case, you can say this function allows you to jump high, something like this. And that, again, is for clarity, for readability, for maintenance. Whether you or somebody else in your team will come back to this code, we know what the intention was within this function, and we could easily take a look and make sense of it. So be careful. So you don't want to do something overly long for this. This should be my opinion, and my style for this is a quick, brief intention to give the reader the idea of what this function is doing. The reader being the developer or developers. The other thing to go along with this is that there is a dunder method that you could use for this, and if you haven't covered dunder methods yet, make sure that you look at classes and look for dunder methods to see an example. But there's just mainly special functions that are built into Python, and let me give you an example. So you can print the value of this function, like jump high, and this should return true. If we run this, we see that it does print true. That's great. But you could also print jump high, but not execute the function, but go ahead and get me the dunder function, which with dot notation, we can get properties and attributes. In this case, we can get the method, invoke this method, print doc. So let's run that. And we'll see that this is going to allow us to print that docstring that we printed here. So this is pretty useful, and it becomes useful for automated documentation tools, right? So just bear that in mind. Just wanted to show you that, again, we do have a reference to a dunder method, and why would this be useful in this automated sense?